All right, Nikko. Nikko, where are you from? Where'd you grow up?
Temecula, California.
Temecula. And tell me about your family.
I grew up, my parents worked together. They ended up divorcing when I was in middle school. Mom has mental health issues. Dad is an alcoholic, ex-Army veteran. And growing up in the beginning, it was a nice childhood, but towards the end, our family completely broke apart, and I was just kind of left to fend for myself at 16.
What kind of stuff was going on?
I had good grades, so my parents, their kind of thing was, as long as you're getting good grades and you're on track to go to college, you can do what you want. My mom let me sell drugs at the house at 14. 15 years old, I remember she came home and I was selling someone an 8-ball of cocaine, and she asked me how much that's worth. I told her it's 150, but I'm gonna give it to him for 100 because it's a boy. And she said, damn, I'm in the wrong business. And she's a medical doctor. So I always grew up that as long as I had a handle on things, drugs were okay, but obviously it gets to a point where it gets out of hand. And
You finished high school?
I did, yeah. Went to college.
You did?
Yeah.
What'd you want to do?
I had a basic major at Cal State San Marcos, business administration. I ended up fucking that off because of drugs. I chose to, instead of moving on campus and doing the normal college thing, I chose to live kind of at a trap house with my older brother and try to maintain both, selling hard drugs and going to college, and it didn't even work for a few months. So I blew that entire opportunity.
So you started using?
Yeah, tough.
What'd you start with?
It started with Percocet and Xanax. In Temecula, Riverside, San Diego. Xanax is a really big drug, and Xanax is, I don't know how familiar you are with it, but it makes you do really, if you take too much, you'll black out. You'll literally be in a zombie-like state, but fully active, driving your car. I mean, I've totaled, I think, 7 cars now, 7 vehicles on Xanax. I have 3 DUIs from Xanax. I don't even drink alcohol. And I think that's where the biggest downfall in my life started, was the Xanax, because I do struggle from anxiety really bad. Everyone in my family does. Not just social anxiety, just like to the point where I get panic attacks. My chest feels like someone's sitting on it, like can't breathe. And I can take a pill and that goes away. But that feeling of relief kind of opened the door for me for other things, because I was selling cocaine, I was selling heroin, but I wasn't doing it. And eventually one day, just overnight type shit, I was a full-on junkie, dropped out of college, no aspirations what to do, and now I have a kid on the way. 19 years old.
How old are you?
I just turned 25.
25. And what is your drug now?
Fentanyl.
You're smoking it, or you're?
Yeah, I only smoke. I don't use needles or anything like that. I've been on and off with it for a few years now. But every time I try to get right, or it seems like I'm on the right path, something comes up and I'm right back to where I started at square one.
And you're living where?
So I just came back to LA a few nights ago. I moved out with my dad and his new younger girlfriend. She's 35 years old. He's 60. He's an ex-Army Ranger. He has traumatic brain injury, and his cognitive abilities and all there. She takes advantage of him because I spoke out about the fact I didn't want her in the house after she had already put hands on him and left. She went and filed a restraining order against me. So even though I was on the lease and I pay rent and I was enrolled in school to go to MSU, I was forced to leave the house. And I didn't know what to do, so I decided to come back to LA, and that was 4 days ago.
And how do you support yourself?
I do what I have to get by. Like I said, I haven't talked to my mom in 3-4 years almost now. My dad is no help. My siblings are just trying to get by on their own, you know what I mean? They did the right thing, but most of them moved out of state and just tried to, build up what they could. So I can't imagine asking anyone for help. So I do what I have to do day to day to get by. At this point, it's paying for hotel rooms, it's hustling up to just to get some relief, you know what I mean? Just to have that feeling of a high to come in my body to where I don't have to worry about X, Y, and Z for tomorrow, or any of my future worries that are coming up. I'm finally off felony probation. I've been on felony probation since I was 18 years old. I just got off last year. And I thought it was gonna be a new chapter in my life, and here we go again.
Have you tried to get clean?
Yeah. when I got caught for trafficking of the M30s, the blues, my probation officer, I had a joint suspension over my head. She could have sent me to prison for 2 to 4 years, but she had a soft spot for me because she knows like the shit I've been through, and she knows that I don't really have much help, and she offered me rehab. So I went to this really amazing rehab. It's called Tarzana Treatment Center. I got a full grant. It's like $30,000 a month. It was amazing. I did 60 days there right before going to Missouri a couple months ago, and I really had every intention of staying clean when I got out, bro. Like I love my kids so much. I have 2 daughters, and everything I thought was finally gonna fall into place, and I don't know how it ended up where it did. Like I really, like most of the other times that I've messed up, I deserve to be in the situation I'm in. With this shit, I didn't deserve this, man. My heart was in the right place. I was trying to do everything I could, bro, and it's just hard, you know.
You been in love before?
I'm sorry?
Have you been in love before?
What does that mean?
Love.
Oh, in love, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, that's like...
What does that mean is a good question.
Yeah, it's one of my biggest downfalls in life is that I have always been trying to find myself in other people. And I'm sure both my daughter's moms watching this one, they know what I'm talking about. But I never had an example growing up what love was like, you know? So I didn't know how to treat a person. And I don't know, I let my own thoughts and habits get in the way of healthy relationships. And yeah, they play their parts too, but I don't know, man. I've just been dealt a really shitty fucking hand, bro.
Did you mention that somebody passed away? Yeah.
Yeah, Sarah. So I moved up to San Bernardino for a while. This is about 2.5 years ago. And this is right after my daughter's mama left me. My whole identity in life was being a father. Like, I thought I could get past all this shit and I could be a dad. And I really thought I was gonna be a family man. I was gonna work hard, go back to school, take care of my kids. And when that got taken away from me, I moved right back out San Bernardino and jumped from there to Southgate, which is right by Compton. Got myself in a little apartment and started trapping, doing what I had to do out there just to get by. And I met this really sweet girl. I'd rather prefer not to say her name on here, but she never done a drug in her life. She's from Beverly Hills. Drove a nice Mercedes, daddy's credit card, everything. And she just wanted to get me out of there so bad. She's like, my dad will get us an apartment. All we have to do is just get you sober and, you know, you can stop selling drugs. And I was like, it doesn't work like that. You don't just stop selling drugs. And it's neither here nor there. One night, it was a typical night, went to sleep. I had the car fentanyl that I cut my fentanyl with out on the counter. And I told her, don't, you know, hey, like, cause she does her little blues, she smokes the M30s or whatever. I said, don't touch the fentanyl. You know what I mean? Like, I specifically said, don't. This shit's killing people because people are dying. It's an epidemic, dude. Like, and I wake up 8 hours into it. I've probably been asleep because I took a couple Xanax and I knocked out and slept for days. I woke up, I rolled over and said, baby, can you order some Uber Eats? And I grabbed her and, you know, and she wasn't waking up. I'm like, what the fuck? And I rolled her over and she was blue. Like blue. And I freaked out, I didn't know what to do. I started doing CPR and I didn't have any Narcan because I've never overdosed. And really if I overdose, I don't, you know what I mean? Like what am I gonna do, give it to myself? Like I never carried it, and it's probably one of my biggest regrets. I actually hit someone with Narcan last night. Like, for the first time I've ever done that, but.
You OD'd last night?
No, a guy that was where I was at a house I was at. I don't know if it's low income housing or whatever out here on Skid Row. He took a couple hits of fentanyl and went out. He was having a seizure and everything, and everyone else didn't know what to do. And they had a Narcan, they handed it to me, and I put it up his nose, and like it gave me like vivid flashbacks to damn white. I wish I would have had that then and there, but in my situation, I feel like it wouldn't have even mattered because she had been dead for so long. You know what I mean? So I had to call the coroner's office. I just called the police department, and they came out, coroner, everybody, investigators, and I just sat back. You know what I mean? It was just surreal. And that's when I decided I was going to go on the run and scout on probation. But all that led to me wanting to get sober and wanting to do the right thing, and that's why I eventually did go to rehab and turn myself in to do that route. But yeah, man, that idea of love for me is really tainted. and I don't. Man, I have really bad mommy issues, and like I just have always been trying to just make that family that I never had, you know. And at 25 years old, I feel like I'm just running in circles, bro. Like, I've been doing this shit since I was 16 years old on my own, and it gets good for a while. It gets really good for a while. It's really fun, but it always ends just me lost and down and out. I'm tired of it, man. I really am.
What's your biggest fear? No.
Truthfully, I don't want to die. I really don't. I don't want my daughters to say, why didn't my dad love me enough to get right? I don't want to let everyone down like that. That's my biggest fear. I'm not scared of jail. I'm not scared of shit. I'm not even scared of dying. I'm just scared of not being there, you know?
What emotions do you go through living this lifestyle?
Anxiety, paranoia, stress.
You still use Xanax?
Actually, no. I haven't taken Xanax in months because I know it takes something out of me, and everyone watching this that's done Xanax, you guys know, like, you mix that with a little bit of syrup or a little bit of liquor, it brings the devil out of people. Like, and I've seen videos, heard things that I've said, and it's just, I'm not even myself, and I can't, and being out here like this, I've never been in the streets like this, like, even though I'm a motel, I've been doing what I'm doing until I get to my housing in the next, hopefully 24 days. I can't lose myself, because if I lose myself like that out here, I'm not with my people, dude. Like, this is fucking, this is as bad as it gets. This is as serious as it gets. Skid Row, dude. Like, if I fuck up down here, they'll kill me. Like, I can't get barred out and talk shit to somebody. I'll die, like, for real. So I gotta keep my wits about me, and that's why, I don't drink alcohol. I struggle with the Percocet, and that's pretty much it. That's where it's at with me for right now, but we all know Percocet's just fentanyl. Those M30s aren't real, and it's just...
You think there's a better chance of you getting clean or ODing and passing away?
I don't know. I don't want to OD and pass away, but sometimes it feels like that's the easier way, you know what I mean? Like, I'm tired of struggling. I'm tired of fucking working my ass off to get things back to where they're supposed to be and feel comfortable and happy, and just for it to end up in square one over again, you know what I mean? Trying to figure it all out, scrambling, because most people have family they can rely on when shit goes wrong, or they have, I've never had any of that, you know what I mean? Like, if I call my mom right now, best of luck to you, I love you, you know? Wish you the best. Like, even if I told my mom I'm dying, I need to come pick me up, please. Like, nah, she don't give a fuck about none of that. I'm by myself, bro, and I've been that way since I was 16.
Is this your lowest point?
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Oh, man. I would have not idolized this street, you know, because I'm not from fucking some gang neighborhood. I'm from a nice area. Temecula, California. It's like Orange County. It's nice, you know what I mean? Good families. But all of us in my age group, we like glorified that. You know, it was cool to be the drug dealer. It was cool to carry guns. It was cool to, you know, just live that kind of lifestyle that we weren't forced to live. You know, most of these people out here are doing it because they don't have a choice. We did it because that was the thing to do, you know? We wanted to have the money, we wanted to have the girls, we wanted to have that, we wanted to have Gucci this and Louis that, and none of that shit mattered. Like, I really just want peace and just be a normal part of society, bro. Like, I'm at a point where, like, I'm beyond at a breaking point. I'm literally, like, I'm losing it, bro. I'm trying to keep it together, and it's just too much for anybody. And, like, I don't have anyone to lean on right now. I have nobody to lean on. Like, I have a couple friends, yeah. Like, dude came in with me. Like, I have a couple friends that are really good friends that do have my back. But as far as family, like, I'd give anything to be able to have a normal relationship with my mom and my dad, and have a family home to go back to when shit cracks off. You know what I mean? Like, I invest myself in these women so much. Like, I'll throw everything. I'll leave my own house. I'll get a house with them, get them a car, get everything set up, and it ends up going to shit. And yeah, they keep the house, they keep the car. They're safe, they're secure, but I gotta go. And when it's time for me to go, what am I gonna go do? And no one's answered me that question yet, and that's why I end up in this situation. That's why I'm here, you know what I mean? Because I don't know what to do.
And if you don't get housing, as you're hoping for,
Yeah, it's supposed to be a month from now. It's supposed to be
but
amazing.
that doesn't always come through. A lot of people are
Yeah,
waiting a long time. Is that going to put you in a bad situation?
that's my biggest fear. You know, that's my biggest fear because I'm relying on it so heavily. I don't know if I can, all the shit I've been through, but I don't know if I can take another hit like that. Because it's hard out here, bro. It really, I mean, LA's exactly what everybody says it is, but I don't know another way that I'd be able to maintain, you know what I mean? Like, because like you said, what do I do for what am I going to do if I was where I was in Springfield when I tried to make it work in Missouri? There's nothing I would literally be, I'm on the side of the road, but out here at least you can hustle and you can get what you need to sustain, but there's no longevity in that, you know what I mean? That's sustaining for tonight. I got like $1,000 in my pocket right now. That'll be gone in the next 2 or 3 days, and then what? Like that's all I have to my whole everything is like $800. That's all I have to my name. It's crazy. Like my taxes last year alone, I think I spent $120,000, and that's including EDD and a couple other things that were involved. But
So your life is taking a spiral downward quickly.
all the way down, like literally, it was overnight type shit. Overnight, and I have no one to turn to. Like, it's crazy, bro. I'm young as fuck. I'm 25 years old. But I feel like I'm 40. Like, I'm just spent. You know what I mean? Like, and like you say, am I addicted to drugs? Drugs aren't even fun anymore, bro. They're really not. Like, people do drugs to feel good. And it doesn't even do that for me no more. I can give or take it. All I care about right now is just getting my shit together, you know. And I don't want my daughters to look back and say, my dad didn't love me enough to get his shit together, you know.
Where are your daughters right now?
One of them is in Azusa, and my other, Reagan's in Azusa, and Jaden is in Havasu with her mom.
So they're both with their moms, or?
Yeah, they're both with their moms, and we've had our differences, and I knew both of them before they got pregnant, roughly 2 months, so I just barely met them, and I was so excited. Like I said, I found my identity in becoming a dad. Like, I was so excited for both of them. But both of those girls broke my heart. They both let me down. One of them, Taylor, I met her in Havasu, and we started dating for a few weeks. She ended up moving with me after a month and a half. Coming to find out, she's married to some guy in Stockton that pulls up at my house that was paying for her car. I was wondering how she had this BMW and why she's having gets all this money sent. She said it was on trust. She's dating some older guy that owns a trucking company and a weed distribution company in Stockton. Came all the way out to my house, and I watched her pack her bags pregnant with my daughter when I was 18 years old and leave, and just left me in the house by myself. And I can say what I want about these girls, but they're good moms. You know what I mean? Like, they're good fucking moms, so it is what it is. But
Are relationships with women what got you into this situation? Or is it drugs?
I can't say it's one or the other. Because if you ask them, they'll say it's the drugs that ruined our relationship. But they do take responsibility because, I mean, obviously in that situation with Taylor, I mean, who does that? She had just mailed him back his ring, and she had a whole second iPhone. Like, I remember one day she wouldn't let me go into Verizon with her to pay her bill. I was like, why? She's like, no, just stay in the car with the dog. I'm like, why are you being so weird about it? Come to find out, he had just sent her a new phone, and she was turning that one on so she could have a separate one and not have to worry about when she's home from work with me. And like, obviously that shit fucks with you as a man. Like, you know what I mean? I really love this girl. I really felt like you know, it felt like it was real. But then she wants to put it on me like I'm crazy, so she couldn't have explained to me her situation, and I would want to rock. Like, I don't know. I feel like I deserve to know at least that much. But these girls I don't even know what, like you said. What do you think of love? Like, I don't even know what that means. Like. And yet I still try to find myself thinking, what if, you know what I mean? Like, what if I get my shit together, and what if 2 years down the road, me and Katie can work things out, and this, that, and the third, but it always ends the same, and I always end up falling flat on my face, and I'm by myself.
Is that self-sabotage on your part, or is it just?
In some scenarios, yeah. And sometimes I do, because I know it's gonna, like, why do you want me back just to tell me how stupid I am and all the things I fucked up, you know what I mean? But Oh man, I think I was gonna get this emotional. It's just because I don't talk to nobody about this kind of stuff. Like, you can ask dude that came here with me. Like, they don't know nothing about me other than, you know what I mean. I just got out and doing my thing, trying to get my housing, and we're gonna run it up until then. That's all they know about me. And
What's your biggest regret?
I wish I'd have took school seriously and been self-reliant. I went to Cal State San Marcos and ended up getting kicked out after a few semesters. But I was really smart, bro. I grew up with a 4.0 GPA, like honors, like pre-IB 9 English, like one of the best high schools, Great Oak High School, one of the best high schools in California, and a full ride to Cal State San Marcos. And I literally chose to live at a trap house and thought, I don't even know, thinking back, I don't know if I thought I could handle both. I don't think I give a fuck. I didn't think I lived this long, so what the fuck did I care? I mean, I just wanted to have fun. And I was making good money doing that. Like, as an 18-year-old man, I thought, I guess my mind, I'm just gonna sell drugs forever. This is what it's gonna be, you know what I mean? This is what it is. And if I really would have took my school seriously and applied myself, like, at 25 right now, I could have my master's degree, dude. I could be living in a nice house, like, I'm proud I met the right girl, because I went to be meeting these girls at parties or online. I would be meeting them at college, you know, the people that have the same goals and interests as me. But my biggest regret, dude, is just fucking off and not caring, because I really didn't care. I kind of still don't. But I just, whenever I get my shit like that, or I'm just like feel sorry for myself, or like I don't deserve what's going on right now, and I don't want to be doing what I'm doing. All I can think about is it sounds cliche, but my daughters, dude. Like, I love those little girls so much. They're so beautiful, bro. Like, and they need a dad. I pay my child support, and that's another bill that I always make sure is paid. You can ask both my baby mamas, bro. Every single month, I pay that shit.
You still pay child support even though you're in this situation?
$387 a month, yeah.
Wow.
Every month.
And Nikko, what would you say is the most important lesson you've learned in all of this?
For everyone out there, just fucking cherish your family, dude. Because at the end of the day, like, I trade everything I ever in my whole life just to have a real sense of security and a family home. And I'm just tired of being paranoid and stressed out and not knowing, you know? I just want closure. I just want to feel like I have hope for the future. Like you said, I'm supposed to get housing in 30 days here. But like you said, a lot of that doesn't happen. And then what? I don't know how far I'll be able to take it, bro. I don't. I'm trying my best to stay sober. Obviously, I'm not sober right now. I'm not completely sober, but I'm not doing the drugs that I shouldn't be doing. I'm doing ones that are maintainable, as you can tell. But like, I'm worried I'm gonna get in the mood or have a bad day. And like you said, I'll just be another guy that took too much, couldn't handle those emotions, and another sad story of what not to do. And that's not what I want.
All right, Nikko. Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Yeah.
I wish you the best of luck. Hope you get your housing.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you.